And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever time you are watching this. So today I'm gonna talk about gurus, fake gurus, bullshit, and how people are being hypnotized by this so-called pseudo spirituality. It will be a contradictory video, I know for sure. A lot of people will have their own thoughts, will say, hey, maybe you're going too overboard, maybe you're talking too much, but well, here I am, a kind of mad person, just telling the truth. First one is our Acharya Prasant, second would be Sadhguru, third would be Sandeep Maheshwari, fourth would be Mozi, fifth will be Sri Ravi Shankar, and so on. So I'm just gonna be really straightforward, really compact, and I'm gonna just state my points right off the bat. From my perspective, I know most of the people are following these people, most of the people love these people, and most of the people are in tune with these people. But here's the thing, I'm not making this video condemning your love for a guru, or your seeking or love for your seeking for a spiritual path. But the way these people are taking advantage of you and the way people are getting hypnotized by it, spirituality in my perspective, or science in my perspective, is all about waking up. It's all about knowing. It's all about helping ourselves to grow conscious and be conscious being, much more conscious being. Right now, there is a much contradiction going whether earth is flat or round. So in this age, like the way I am speaking, it's 4/6/2022. So it's April 6th, 2022. So till this day, till this era, there's a whole debate going on, which is going on: is Earth flat or round? So in this time, in this era, I can't judge someone, and I can't say, hey, this is right and this is wrong, because everyone will have their own perspective. Everyone will have their own judgmental patterns. I come from a normal background, a Hindu background. From my family are from a Nepali Hindu family, and I personally, when I started my spiritual journey, I was just 13 or 14 years old. I was kind of like atheist till which day I am, but I am kind of like I was atheist. But in the certain process, I learned how spirituality works. Let's talk about the gurus first. Today we have some more popular gurus like Sadhguru, Prasant, Acharya Prasant, Ocho Rajneesh, Acharya Rajneesh. There are Mozi, Sandeep Maheshwari, Ikatole, Chitta. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's a Buddhist monk. And there's a lot of people who claim they are spiritual and they are gurus, and there are many people going there and worshiping them as God or a holy person. I used to follow Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev till 2020. I even read his Inner Engineering. I went to all his videos, and I love the way he speak. I love the way he answers the question. But here's the thing about me. I don't think Sadhguru Vasudev is really helping anyone for a collective human consciousness to lift up, because he made Shiva a product. Shiva, the god, a product to be sold to people. There's just one point. If Shiva is nothing less, right? If your extreme aim is to be nothing less or be spiritually awakened, why is there a statue just middle of nowhere of a guy with a snake on his hand and everybody's going down to him? Now there will be much more devotion around it. There will be devotees coming over and saying, hey, this is the way of bhakti yoga. But the way I see it, that's hypnotism for you. Bhakti, and the way I see, is submission to God, a godliness. A person who you think or who you have seen as someone one step ahead of you, and you surrender to him and learn something from it, and you gain moksha or detachment from that relationship. Now that's bhakti. But I've seen so many Sadhgurus, followers, so many people posting quotes on it, and they are following different nature. I mean, if they have a feminist nature, you're gonna go and watch Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, and you're gonna be influenced by it. You're gonna be very charismatized by it, and you're gonna say, hey, oh, I'm gonna try it too. But here's the thing, a girl can never be a boy, and a boy can never be a girl. That's the main essence of spirituality. That's saying, hey, know your true essence, know your true nature. And the second thing, in all the thing, there are too many women and too many people saying, hey, I did Kundalini yoga, hey, I experienced this, hey, I got like the enlightenment experience. Specifically for women who are on their period time or who are on their menstrual cycle time in the period of 13 to 45 or 46, who are in the middle of becoming a woman, who can be a mom or a mother. 95 to 97%, you are faking yourself. Because in the law of nature, you have a quality called motherhood, woman, man with a womb. And all the scriptures, all the spiritual posters, all the yogic traditions are based on masculine energy. And it's already and only for yogis who are of Kafir society, who live in an organic environment, who have their lifestyle fixed by their own sankalpa. If you had to tell sankalpa, that means determination or some fixed rules and regulation that you choose for yourself for a conscious upliftment. But over here, that's not the case. You just go there on an ashram or something, they teach you some process of meditation techniques. That's therapeutic techniques, for example. They are not meditation. A meditative guy would never ever go bow down to somebody else. He will judge, he will speak, he will contradict himself from his own being. And you will see from his lifestyle, his way of speaking, the way he drinks even a tea, the way he drinks a tea, you will be able to find out, hey, this guy is silent, this guy is bliss, this guy is in bliss. But the one who follows Sadguru or Acharya Prasad or any other gurus and implementing it, and you are copying it and you want to be just like it, that's not spirituality. That's the same thing as, copying and becoming an actor. You're just becoming something, you're trying to seeing it. The one you was, you got attracted to or you liked it, you want to become that too. But you're not getting the whole point. Spiritual process or spirituality is being who you are. You already are someone in your own right. Your existence, you exist. You have a certain tendency, you have a certain ego, you have a certain emotions, you have certain personalities. That's just you. Now, knowing this and living with it till the day you die is a spiritual journey. People change their clothes, people change your lifestyle. That's in a process. But the way I see who are following Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, people are being brainwashed. I don't understand the thing why people just blindly follow someone without experiment, without just common sense. Look in this way. I have read Jaggi Vasudev Inner Engineering. I have watched his all or not like 80 to 50, 60% of videos, 70% of videos, whatever he put on the internet. A person who goes to the United Nations, sorry. Have you ever seen an enlightened person or a person who have enlightened experience going to United Nations? United Nations is by itself the villain over here. WHO, whom all the people around the world worship as a godly organization, is the main reason for slavery, is the main reason for food scarcity. The Africa area, South America, the reason they are being emptied, the way the people are being programmed, conditioned by Western media, by Western lifestyle, it's because of them. They're allowing people to have an one world order where similar rules, regulation, clothing, speech, languages will be followed, and nobody is aware of it. Sadhguru will speak on Illuminati, he will speak on secret society, but he will never ever tell you he's a part of it. The symbol, the snake he has on his left hand, is one of the symbols of Jews, Illuminatis, and the dangerous signs if you are into symbolism. But you won't look into that. You'll go into his word, his magical words, which are scientific, politically correct, but existentially, no. Spiritual person will never ever tell you that, hey, go there, do this. He's gonna say, tapas vipassana. He will say, see and know. You do yourself, and you'll see it. You'll experience it. You don't need to ask me. The third thing, let's assume all the people that I talked about, let's just say Sadhguru in the sense, is a guru. But I have a question because of my searching for like 8 to 9 years. It's been 9 years. When Gautama Buddha died, or when Gautama Buddha was alive, Ananda, his disciple or his caretaker, had asked him one thing. That said, hey, I'm the only guy who would be with you all the time. I want to ask you something. Have you ever told me everything? Have you ever told us everything that you know? Do you know why he had told Gautama Buddha or the world? I can't say no to Gautama Siddhartha because the rituals he has done, the practices he has done, and the enlightening experience that is written and in Dharmapad is still valid. For those people who can walk on Buddha's path, not the women who speak, dances, and sings. No, that's not how spirituality works. There is certain rules, regulation, nature, and yeah, there are some superstitions where we must follow. That's how it is. We can't explain you guys that. But a person who is commercialized, whose YouTube ads is all over, who call yourself a guru, who has an ashram, and he enforces you to practice some yoga practices where our earth is not applicable for any yogas anymore. Because let's just say in this way, the basis of all yogas is prana. Yoga means to be one with nature or to be existent. And the basis is prana, vayu. That means air. The main emphasis, if I had to tell in this time and in this today's era, is oxygen level or prana level. Prana means the life force that's around the planet, around the earth, or around the cosmos, whatsoever you want to put it. Right now, we live in that condition. We have pollution everywhere. We got global earth, okay, the environment torn apart. We have segregation all over the place, psychological instability. Women are totally different. Men have their own ways. There are wars, there are inner conflicts. And in this era, you think yoga is going to be applicable. Yoga's base is going to be on oxygen level, lifestyle, and the way it harmonizes the country and environment. There is no place on earth, as we speak, as of right now, that's peaceful, that doesn't have any electromagnetic radiation, they don't have any electric current, they don't have any antenna around, and they don't have any vibrational frequency that will disturb your meditative activity. It's all over the place. You got antennas, you got shop, you got satellites, you got radiation machines all over. They're experimenting with people, they're experimenting with the environment, they're experimenting with the earth, they're experimenting with the clouds, they're experimenting with the skies, and the way people sees the colors and everything. Now in this era, you think yoga is going to be applicable. That's bullshit. Yoga is a science of knowing yourself from a perspective and have a fixed rules, regulation, and a spiritual, essence. I respect it. I am not against yoga. But this time, as we speak, as I am speaking, yoga is not relevant. That's just brainwashing people and saying, hey, Milk gives you energy. Uh-oh, they forgot to tell you. Every milk expires whenever you put something, fruits in the table, and it, even if it was, let's say, holy fruit, after 5,000 years, it will expire. The fruit will expire. That's what happens to everything, even sciences. The science that was applicable 10 years ago is not applicable today. Yes, their essential energy or essential cause is still relevant for those people who are the same similar charismatic personality, but not to all. This is the era of Tantra, Sufi, Zen. There are other paths to follow. There are other ways to know. There are other guidance, other guides to see. But nobody's going to go there. Your YouTube channel, your YouTube is forcefully playing Sadhgurus, Acharya Prasad, Sandeep Maheshwari, Moji, Nityananda, these kind of videos. I'm using Sadhguru as a primary example because he's number one in today's era. I'm not against yoga. I'm not against yoga. But the women who are doing yogas, I'm against them. Yoga was never invented for women. This is my perspective. There was one of the talks that I have my big brother. He's a spiritual tutor, whom I call my big brother. I'm a big guru or teacher. He's in India. His name is Sasan Kanan. And there are other people just like me who speaks their own experiences on their YouTube channel. What he has told was, if a person, I'll talk in Hindi in a little bit. अगर किसी का योग पूर्ण हो गया तो वो नटराज बन जाता है. अगर किसी का नटराज भी पूर्ण हो गया तो वो शिव बन जाता है. अगर वो कोई शिव बन गया ना तो वो मुक्त हो जाता है. Now let me roughly translate it. Whenever a person does a yoga or a spiritual practice, yoga means spiritual practice over here. Whenever a person does a spiritual practices, he is inclined within himself from the inner dimension, not from the outer dimension. Nobody knows how he looks, how he looks, what he eats, how he lives. But from the inner dimension, all the qualities that was in his, let's just say, chemistry, body chemistry, mind chemistry, or how he was supposed to be by nature perspective, he will be inclined with it. He will be blessed with it. And to the blessedness, what he feels, he becomes Nataraja. There's a picture of Nataraja Shiva dancing with one leg up, one hand up. That means he is in the final stage of ecstasy where he can dance with the existence around him. He has now finally been one with the energy level or the 7 chakras, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Icha, this anger which was inside him, and now he has made friendship with him, Maitreya with him, and then he dances to the existence, sharing his bliss all around. He is not Michael Jackson who performs on stages. He is not a rapper who just hyper, stimulates people. He's not a DJ who beats up beats. He is the Nataraja. Nat. And Raja means king. Nata means actor or dance or drama. That means the world. The world is stage drama. And he becomes a stage dancer. That's the pure form and pure, the height of yoga. The Nataraja. I haven't seen none of them. Sadhguru, Prasad, none of them dancing. None of them sharing their joy. None of them being blissful. Yes, they will smile at you. They will hug you. They'll have a clothes. They will eat vegetarian food. But one thing is for sure. They didn't experience Nataraja. They didn't become Nataraja. Third thing. Whenever you dance, you just flow with it. And when I say dance, not just dance. I mean singing, expressing yourself, being blessed, sharing hope. It's all dance, part of life. And you do it, when you do it to your extremity, when you do it to your point, then you become Shiva. That means Sunyata. That means nothingness. From inside dimension, you become nothing, no one. You are not identified with your body. You are not identified with the Guru. You are not identified with your life. You don't identify with earth. You don't care if earth is round or flat. You don't care with nothing. You just become nothing. And that experience, that being, is the whole summarization of yoga, tantra, bhakti, Jain, Sufi, wherever you go, the experiences, the ultimate nothingness, that's the spiritual experience. But today, by Acharya Prasant, Sandeep Maheshwari, the motivational speakers, the way they are planting in your brain, you guys are being hypnotized. You think these people are enlightened, but in fact, if I look back, you are projecting your enlightenment thought on that people. Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev might have helped many people with your stupid lectures, with your ashrams and yoga practices. But here's the thing, none of them people are spiritual, like total spiritual in nature, and none of them people have known the true essence of life, true essence of living, true essence of being birth, of taking birth. You can pre-program a person to become silent, but you can't pre-program a person to know life. To know life, you must have a consciousness. To know life, you must struggle with good and bad phases. To struggle with life, you must have a guide, a guru, a teacher, a friend, a mom, a dad, a life, and thousands of scriptures to search from. Then your spiritual experiences and your spiritual journey begins. Siddhartha Gautama, when he came out, because he's the primary example every guru would take, so that's why I'm taking him too. If Siddhartha Gautama, he was a prince, he could have just called his father and say, hey dad, I need a Bhagavad Gita, I need to know what Krishna said. That was my previous avatar. Bro, come on. He was a king, he could have done anything in his kingdom. Any practices, any yoga teacher or any guru thing, he would just call and say, hey, come on over, I need to learn enlightenment. A person like him took 12 years, went to every school, every section, every Hindu gurus, and he couldn't find nothing. At the end, he was like, okay, this is it. And then something happened with him. Kabir, you never went with Kabir, the enlightened poet. He was enlightened from his beginning. He was the only enlightened poet who was never commercialized. Never. Because you can never know how can a poet be enlightened. You don't have the idea of the poet being enlightened. You only see Gautam Buddha, rishis, Jesus Christ, the one who goes and speak out. They are only enlightened. That's the mindset that you have been brainwashed with. Those are the people who are being like Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev. You think him an enlightened person? I don't think him is an enlightened person. Yeah, he's doing something for community. Maybe he's a social worker, or a business owner, or a social business worker, something like that. But I would consider him as a spiritual person. Because the way the spiritually he is amplifying in the earth, that is a part of yoga in the commercialized state. Acharya Prasant, he's much more of a Sankhya Yoga, let's just say Sankhya Yoga. He just speaks out and say, hey, let's just say a Purna Jarma, rebirth. He said he doesn't exist. Maybe he doesn't exist. I don't know. But one thing is for sure. If recycling happens in lifetime, so don't you think there's an inner transformation? Yeah, the reincarnation, the way we think, Utsab, and in next life, in like 100 years ago, this Utsab won't be, there. But a part of me might take birth again. There's a small possibility. That's just the way our life functions. That's the way our life is. But he won't say you these things in person and say, hey, this is the science of rebirth and death. They're going to talk to you about the motivation speaker. They're going to talk to you about money. They're going to talk to you about going to school. They're going to talk about going to engineering. But they will never ever talk about this. Did you know who you are from your own perspective? Not from what I said. I have my gurus too. I'm not saying you don't need a guru in life. You will need a guru. A Google and a guru has two differences. A Google doesn't have a heart. A guru has a heart. A guru will tell you as a person, but a Google will tell you as information. Information and having a heart is two different things. Don't make Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, Prasant, Anand, Sandeep Maheshwari and other ruin your life and brainwashing with the information they are feeding you. I don't believe in those information. If the information applies in my life, if I have some experience on it, and there is a way I can comprehend that experience, I will accept it. But I'm not going to accept this bullshit, accept this dumbass reasoning, because NASA, United States of America, NATO, WHO, UN, they're all lying to you right in front of you. There are many things that I can't talk in this video, but they're lying to you just in front of, and everybody knows. The one who has a little bit of critical thinking, little bit of let's just say he thinks, he analyzes, he'll know. And there are lots of people in America, in Europe, in India, in Australia, and in Africa that's speaking against it. But the social media, the central commercialized media won't let you do that, because they control your mindset. Your news channel control your mindset. YouTube channel control your music. Spotify controls your music. Apple Music controls the way you get hypnotized with musical industry, artists, and everything. But nobody's gonna talk to you about it. People do not tell you everything that's 100% true. It's commercialized era. Remember, speaking the truth is the most dangerous thing in today's time. Speak one truth, you'll be just like Jesus, cut off. With my all intent being good and helping my friends to step up and be practical by themselves, I'm trying to make some videos and trying to make my spiritual, so-called spiritual people who I think I love and who are into a spiritual journey, I want to help them and say, hey, brother, I did that too, but this is what I found out. This is my experiences. This is who I am, and this is what I have become. So you go and think about yourself. Mozi, Sandeep Maheshwari, these people hypnotize people by giving them information, knowledge, and misleading them through futuristic thoughts. They give you a projection of the future. They give you a projection of a godly era. They give you a projection or a mindset. Hey, if you do this, this will happen. This happened to me. A person who got enlightenment, why would he go out there and speak with a commercialized microphone and that's planted by your friends? I don't get that. Yes, there might be many people who might be helped by it. I'm not proclaiming that he's not helping people, but he's being the middleman on a spiritual journey for many people. Spiritual journey is not something you achieve, but you go on a search and you know, hey, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this, and you experience by your own self-nature. That's spirituality. You need information to move, but remember, you need knowledge and wisdom to act. Wisdom comes from your heart. Knowledge comes from the world. Always remember that. I'm no one to tell you whether you follow Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev or no. I'm no one to tell you, hey, spiritual journey is this and that. But because I am a part of it, I am part of Earth, I am part of life, I am part of this state called spirituality Earth, I want to speak a little bit too. I kept quiet my whole life. I kept quiet. My mom, my dad, and my family, my friends, I kept quiet my whole life. But through social media, through Instagram, through YouTube, through Facebook, I want to spread some little knowledge that I carry from myself, from my perspective, from my experience. And this is what I've seen. I don't see Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, C.C. Ravi Shankar, Sandeep Maheshwari, and Mozi, these kind of people in any spiritual regard. They will be considered as a motivational speaker. You can hear them out whenever you need knowledge, whenever you need information, but never ever think them as a spiritual guide or anyone that could help you with your spiritual journey. Adhyatmic journey is totally different. It's living with your own pace. It's living with your own knowledge. It's knowing who you are. It's going on a search to know who you really are. You're gonna face massive trouble. There are people laugh at you. People are gonna hate you. People are gonna throw stones at you. The end result, whatsoever happened in your life and the experience you carry, there is something transformation inside you. That inner transformation, what I call the spiritual transformation, not from a brainwashing Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev or Sandeep Maheshwari or anyone. I too have a guru, I too have a brother, but I am not brainwashed by him. I ask him questions personally and get my answer personally. I don't listen to other questions and go under their influences. I am not influenced by any people or any person. Yes, there are two people who I love and who I consider gurus, and these are Acharya Rajneesh and Sasank Anand. His name is Sakha. And that one, my name is Sakha Dhyan Utsab. In my regard, in that perspective, I'm sharing my thoughts and my ways to you guys. Thank you for listening, and think about it. I might be right, I might be wrong, I might be over exaggerating, but there was a thought of sharing some information with you guys too. Because it's been a lot of time. My friends are reposting Sadhguru Vasudev like quotations. I'm not against quotation, but if there is a total repetition of something much more and more, people are gonna get hypnotized by it. They're gonna think that's truth. Temporary, for that time it might be true because you're emotionally unstable, but in life, I don't think that's gonna work out. So yeah, be meditative, be smiling, don't forget to dance, don't forget to love, don't forget to check my other videos, making of other dance, poetries, and others. Check me out on Instagram too. For now, this will be it. Thanks for watching from Sakha Dhyan Utsab. Pranam.